Hello everyone. I hope you all are keeping very well, children. A very warm welcome again to each one of you for the virtual session of science. And as you all know, we are going to continue with the chapter 15, that is light part 3. What are we going to see? What are we going to learn today? In today's session, we are going to see spherical mirrors. We have seen plane mirrors, we have seen reflection of light, we have seen laws of reflection, we have learned about the characteristics of light rays. Now in this session, a very important part of the chapter, that is spherical mirrors. You must have heard about spherical mirrors. Let us have a discussion on that. So spherical mirrors, as the name suggests, has a spear like shape. It appears as if it is a part of a sphere. There are two types of spherical mirrors. So it appears as the part of a sphere, as the name suggests. As we will proceed with the session, your doubts will be clarified about the spherical mirror. So let us see, there are two types of spherical mirrors. As you know, a part of a sphere will be either concave or convex. If you just imagine a watermelon, you are cutting the sphere like, so you can cut in a way so that you can get a concave part and a convex part as well. What is a concave and a convex part? So let us see concave and a convex part. If you cut it, and we'll see with the help of some pictures what is convex and concave part of a sphere. Concave mirror, it is a spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved inwards. So when you are cutting a watermelon and when you are making a curve inward, that inward curve or the inward part of a spoon, you can imagine, that is a concave part, that is a concave mirror. So it is a spherical mirror. Concave mirror is a spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved inwards. Please underline the word curved inwards. Whereas convex, it is also a spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is curved outwards. So a spoon will have the inward and the outward part, as you have seen a spoon. So the reflecting surface is curved outwards. I hope this is very clear. Please take down all this in your notebook. Like you can see concave and convex. So when you will see the diagrammatic representation, please draw this diagram in your notebook. The concave part and the convex part of a spherical mirror. So it is here you will see concave is curved inward. See, it's curved inward, and convex is curved outward. Draw this diagram so that your concept will be clear, children. Please have just draw the concave and the, even if you don't draw the light rays, it's okay, but just draw the concave and the convex part of a spherical mirror. Then here you see the spoon. The inward part, that is concave part, and the outward part of the spoon is the convex part. Just to clarify your concept of concave and convex. Here you can see a child holding a spoon where uh, inward and outward you will see the image from the outer side of a spoon. Outer side, that is the convex side. So outer side will give you the erect image, you can see, that means the convex side of the spoon. Whereas image from the inner side of the spoon, that means the inner part, that is the concave part of the spoon, will give you image upside down, that is inverted image. So you have seen the inner part, that is the concave part, and the outer part is the convex part. I hope you have drawn this diagram. Please draw so that the concept with the spoon also becomes clear with you, children. So reflection from convex and concave surfaces you can see. So from outside bowl, that is the convex part, you will see the erect image here, and inside bowl, again inside, that is the concave surface, that will give you upside down, that is inverted image. Just for you to understand the concept of concave and convex surfaces. So even if you take a example of a bowl, you can take an example of a spoon, and you can relate to the concept of concave and convex. The image formed by a concave and convex mirror. Let us write about this and learn this concept. An image can be of two types: real image and virtual image. Please do make columns and write down this in your notebook. Draw this table, make a table, write about the real and the virtual image. So, real image is formed when the light rays reflect and meet at the same point. So, it is the actual meeting of the light rays which is reflected and they meet at the same point. So, the real image is formed when the light rays reflect and meet at the same point. And virtual image is formed when the light rays reflect and diverge from the same point. So, they are not going to meet at the same point, they are going to diverge from the same point. That will give you a virtual image. It can be viewed on the screen. You can take this image on the screen and you can view. Virtual image, it cannot be viewed on the screen. You cannot take this kind of image on the screen. Real image is always inverted. It's always upside down. Whereas virtual image is always erect. Real image is formed by concave mirror. You have seen the concave part. Here it is upside down. The inside bowl, you will see the inside bowl over here, concave part, always upside down. That is the real image. And virtual image formed by the convex, concave and plane mirrors as well. It can be formed by convex, concave and plane mirrors. Please take this down in your notebook. Mostly it is virtual image is seen by concave mirror. Oh, sorry, virtual image is always seen by convex mirror. Sometime you see in concave and plane mirrors. But over here, virtual image is always erect and mostly it is seen in convex mirror and sometime in concave and plane mirrors, depends upon the different factors. Please write down in your notebook, children. Here you have formation of real image by concave mirror. So this is a real image formation. You can see by the concave mirror, formation of the real image by concave mirror. Then you have a plane mirror, virtual image formed by the plane mirror. So it is erect image. You can see a person standing in front of the mirror, light rays falling on the mirror is incident on the mirror, and then it is getting some light rays will get reflected back, and you will see the virtual image where the light rays will not meet at the same point. It will appear to meet somewhere, it will diverge, and dotted line shows the construction of the virtual image. So it is just you will get a feel of the meeting of the light rays, but they don't actually meet, and there will be a formation of an erect image. You can see person standing in front of the mirror, plane mirror, and the image form, it is a virtual image, because virtual image will be always erect image. Virtual image formed by a plane mirror is always erect. Just an example of you yourself standing in front of the mirror, you see yourself erect itself, though you have a lateral inversion, but it is not upside down. So you will see yourself, an erect image of yours will be formed on the mirror, and that is a virtual image because it is an erect image, and the light rays over here, they appear to meet, and but they don't actually meet, they will diverge from the same point. Now the image formed by concave mirror has the following properties. Let us see what are the properties of the image formed by concave mirror. You have to learn all these. Please do not get confused between concave and convex mirror. The image formed by both of them will be different, and what are the important properties you should know. So by a concave mirror, it can be either be real or virtual. It can either be inverted or erect. It can have the same size as that of the object, a larger size of that of the object, or smaller size than that of the object. So these are the main properties of the image formed by concave mirror. Please take these down. Image formed by convex mirror has the following properties. So let us see convex mirror now. It will be always virtual. It is always upright, that is erect, not inverted. and it is all smaller in size as that of the object. So the size of the image will be smaller than that of the object. These are the properties of the image formed by convex mirror. I hope you are writing, children. Now, applications of concave mirrors. Let us see why we are learning about mirrors, because you should have some application in a day-to-day life. That's why we are learning its properties, so that we can apply and we can have as many application as possible. Let us see how we use concave mirrors in a day-to-day life. Satellite dishes uses concave mirror to gather all the signals and reflect them on a certain point. So it is going to converge all the light rays and it's going to focus it on a one point. Dentists use concave mirror to reflect light on a particular tooth. Shaving mirrors are concave in shape. Headlights of a car have a concave mirror so that we can reflect back light straight on the path. Torches also use concave mirror. So these are the wide applications of concave mirror. You should know, children. Here you can see concave mirror used in torch. Can you see the concave mirror used in torch? Yes. Then application of convex mirror. Even convex mirror will have applications. That's why we are learning about it. Let us see how we apply the properties of convex mirror. There should be some application for convex mirror as well. That's why we are learning about it. Let us see what kind of application or convex mirrors will have. The rear view mirrors are convex mirrors as they provide a wider view of the road behind. So in cars and vehicles, you see rear view mirror, they are all convex mirrors, because though the image form is very small, but they cover a wider field. That's why we used to use convex mirror and not concave mirror there. So convex mirrors is a very good application in vehicles, and security mirrors near an ATM are convex, so that the user can detect easily if anyone else is watching from behind or not. Because a very important property of this convex mirror is going to cover the wider field behind you. Though the image form will be small, but it's going to cover a wider field and you can see what is happening behind you. Your convex mirror used in rear view mirror you can see in a vehicle. Must have seen in your day-to-day life. See how it is going to cover the wider field behind. You can see the road and the trees. It is going to cover. Such a small mirror is covering such a wider field. That's why convex mirror is used in a rear view mirror in vehicles. Thank you, children. I hope your concepts should be very clear for this chapter. Those there some concepts are very new to you, but I hope you have understood. And please do write all the points in your notebook. Thank you again and have a wonderful day.